So this rule of multiplying by reciprocal, really in the end, is just putting the times in the right spot and the divides in the right spot. Putting all the times in the numerator, all the divides in the denominator. So when I have this fraction, one third divided by 1/2, what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert this into a time. So this is 1 divided by 3, and that divide by 1 ends up in the denominator. And then we have divide by 2, so that ends up in the numerator. Or we change it to times and we flip the fraction. So now we end up with 2 times 1, which is 2 in the numerator, and 1 times 3, which is 3 in the denominator. So there's our answer. The answer is 2 over 3, or 2 parts to 3 parts. And if we look at the picture of 1/3 divided by 1/2, here I have 1/3, which I've divided into, in green, I've divided into 2 pieces. And the 1/2 I've divided into 3 pieces. And since divide is really a ratio comparison, we're just comparing the 2 parts to the 3 parts whole. So we can also see that 1/3 divided by 1/2 is also going to, visually, we can see that it's same as 2 to 3 as a ratio. So we're going to practice this then. We're going to convert everything into multiplication, and we're going to flip that second fraction. So 1/4 divided by 2/3 is going to be, we're going to convert that to multiplication. We're going to put the 2 in the bottom and 3 on the top. Now it's just a multiplication question, and we end up with 3 over 8. For 3/4 divided by 5/4, we're going to have 3 on top, divide by 4 on bottom. That divide by 5 ends up on bottom. The divide by 4 ends up on top, or we convert it to times and flip the second fraction. So now we end up with 3 times 4 is 12, 4 times 5 is 20, and there's our answer. Because this is they share common factors in the top and bottom, we can simplify this by dividing out the greatest common multiplier or factor. We're going to divide by 4, and that's going to give us a simplified fraction of 3 over 5. So same thing here, we have 1/3, and we're going to times that. So we're going to convert that to times, so 1 over 3. We're going to convert to times, and we're going to flip that second fraction, so we get 6 over 5. When we multiply this out, I end up with 6 on top. 3 times 5 is 15 on bottom. Since they share a common multiplier of 3, I'm going to divide by 3, and I end up with 2 over 5 as my final answer. For D, same thing. I'm going to convert that divide into a multiplication. I flip that second fraction over, and so I end up with 4 on top, 3 on bottom, and then I can simplify this. I can multiply it together. 12 over 24. They share a common factor of 12, so I'm going to divide by 12, and my final answer is 1 over 2, or 1/2. So same thing here, we're going to convert this divide into a multiplication. 2 divided by 3, or 2 over 3. Convert that times to times, and this becomes 5 over 2. We flip that second fraction. We multiply top times top, bottom times bottom, and then we can, if it has common factors, we can divide the common factors out. And so we end up with 5 over 3. Now this is an improper fraction, but that's perfectly okay. We're just going to leave it as an improper fraction. Okay, you do not need to convert this to a mixed number. So same thing here, we have 3 over 4. Convert that to times. We're going to make that 8 over 5. Top times top, 24. Bottom times bottom is 20. And then since they share a common factor of 4, we're going to divide by 4 on top and bottom. And that's going to give us 6 on top, 5 on bottom. Again, it's improper fraction. That's perfectly okay. We're just going to leave it as an improper fraction.